Did they know, you Star Trek peeps out there, did they know there was going to be a movie or two or three? Did they know at this point that they were going to be doing movies? Because this way, Will Wheaton cannot be a part of those. He cannot be someone helping out in those movies. Did they do this on purpose? That's my thought. Of course, it isn't until Picard. Or is it? Is he in the movies? 'Cause I don't think he's in the movies. I don't even know if he's at the wedding. Someone tell me if he's at the wedding. Because I don't think he's at the wedding. And that would be the one place where he could have been if he had not chosen, if the writers had not chosen this as his exit. Was this his choice? Did he agree to all this? I have no idea. I do not know. I don't particularly care for it. I do not know. But anyways, we are in season 7, disc 5. We're getting down to the last 4 episodes. And we've done Mask and Eye of Beholder and Genesis. And today we are on Journey's End. So let's see. And I want to check out, and I don't know yet because I haven't checked it out yet, but I want to double check and see if I'm correct. Ever since he left, there's been that blank spot in the intro after Brent Spinner's name. It's been there they've never ever fixed it. There's always been that blank spot where his name goes. So I want to see today. Now, the last couple times he showed up, it was still a blank spot, and he was listed as a guest star. So is today's episode a blank space, and he's listed as a guest star again? I'm leaning towards that than the other one, because he's not a regular cast member anymore. But it's always that blank space. Every time I see that blank space, I think Will Wheaton. And we are getting to the end here. We do have a captain's voiceover. I want to see if I can do this episode without screwing up. I have screwed up massively the past 2 weeks. It's just horrible. We do get a voiceover from the captain. Captain's log, Stardate 47751.2. The Enterprise has arrived at Starbase 310 for a meeting with Fleet Admiral Nechev. This visit will also give us an opportunity to pick up a member of the family. So, he's listed as a member of the family. Let's see. So then Wesley and his mom are having a discussion. She's upset that he has chosen his own quarters, and they're as far away from her quarters as they could get. Like, what the F? Here you are, your very own quarters, as far away from mine as possible, so you don't even have to see me if you don't want to. Mom, you know that's not why I asked for my own quarters this time. You don't have to explain. There comes a time in a young man's life when he doesn't want to stay with his poor senile mother. I understand. I'll come visit you in the old doctor's home every Sunday. Really? Is this what we're doing here? So then Geordi and Data come to see Wesley. So is there a runaway cadet in here? If so, we may have to call security. Welcome back, Wes. Thanks. How's life at the academy? It's great. It's great, but it's good to have a break. Of course, not serious about calling security. It was a joke. I got it, Data. So you're just going to lounge while we all have to work around here? I'm sure I'll find some time to talk to you, sir. Enjoy your vacation. You've earned it. Thanks. Well, I guess you'd better settle in, son. She's so happy to see him. She wants to spend more time with him, but she has work to do and she wants to give him his space. Yada, yada, yada. No, blank space after Brent Spinner's name. Still blank. They left it blank. So they're in the observation lounge. And Riker says the Admiral has beamed aboard. She's being escorted here. Picard says, good. Riker says, Earl Grey tea, watercress sandwiches, and Bulgarian canapes? Are you up for promotion? I'm trying to establish a new relationship with the Admiral. There has been a certain amount of tension between us in the past. Tension is hardly the word I'd use. Well, I'm trying to get things off on a better note this time. I want to make her feel at ease. I want her to feel that she's welcome aboard the Enterprise. Is there any reason she shouldn't feel welcome? We don't have to like her, Will, but we have to follow her orders, and maintaining this atmosphere of confrontation serves no purpose. So she arrives. Oh, I just noticed. Special appearance by Will Wheaton. So, he's trying to offer her refreshments and be cordial. And she's like, I'm coming right to business. We have a problem on the Cardassian, blah, 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 blah. So much for all those preparations. She kicks Riker out. And she sees the canapes. And she's like, oh, that's very thoughtful of you, Captain. And he pours some tea. The Federation has just completed very long and drawn-out series of negotiations regarding the final status of our border with the Cardassians. You'll notice a demilitarized zone has been created along the border. Neither side will be permitted to place military outposts, conduct fleet exercises, or station warships anywhere in the demilitarized zone. The border places several Federation colonies in Cardassian territory and some Cardassian in ours. The agreement is far from perfect. Neither side got everything they wanted, but every side got something. And as someone once said, diplomacy is the art of possible. These colonies find themselves on the wrong side of the border will have to be removed. Didn't we do this already? And tell me it's not the same planet that we've been to before with Data with the box, and a few seasons before that with the water situation. It was a couple of seasons ago. You diehard fans will know it. Won't be easy. It's a reasonable price to pay for peace. Your mission will be to evacuate Doran 5. Doran 5, isn't that where the group of North American Indians settled? Yes, they've been there for 25 years. They've established a village in a small valley on the southern continent. Admiral, years ago, North American Indians were forcibly displaced from the ancestral lands. These settlers on Dorian 5 left Earth more than 200 years ago in order to preserve their cultural identities. I'm aware of that, Captain. You see, Admiral, there are some very disturbing historical parallels here. Once more, they're being asked to leave their homes because of a political decision that has not been taken by their government. An Indian representative was included in the deliberations of the Federation Council. His objections were noted, discussed, but ultimately rejected. Captain, the Indians of Dorian 5 are a nomadic group. They've settled there only 25 years ago, and at the time they were warned that the planet was hotly disputed by the Cardassians. The bottom line is they never should have gone there in the first place. Granted, but to go to them now after 25 years later and ask them to leave what is their home. I made that same argument with the Federation Council, but it took 3 years to negotiate this treaty. What if the Indians refuse to evacuate? Then your orders will be to remove them by whatever means necessary. I don't like where this is going. I do not like where this is going. I don't. And I remember this episode, and I don't like it at all. I don't like what they did to Wesley either. I don't like both parts of the episode. So she leaves. I don't like it. So then Wesley's in engineering, and they talk about the microfusion interrelay, and they get into an argument over it, and because Wesley says that he can do it better, and they have words, and Jordy's like, I don't like your attitude, Ensign, you're dismissed. Then we get a voiceover by the captain. Captain's log supplemental. The Enterprise has arrived at Dorvan 5, and I have spoken to the leader of the tribal council. He has agreed to meet with us this afternoon to discuss the situation. So he's talking with the council about the situation. And obviously it's not fair. And they don't want to do it. They don't want to move. He tells them, there's very little I can do. The decision about this planet was made at the highest level of Starfleet. Do you know how long we researched for a home? Almost 200 years, but we found this one. Can you blame us for not wanting to give it up? I respect your, and I understand and respect your people's long journey, but I believe I can help you find a new one. As you can see, there are other planets in this sector that all have environmental conditions similar to Dorvan 5. They're all uninhabited and couldn't be colonized immediately. If none of those worlds meet with your approval, we can find other choices. You don't understand, Captain. The choice of this world was not only because of environmental conditions. There were other more intangible concerns as well. When I came here 25 years ago, I was welcomed by the mountains, the river, the sky. And they get into this whole discussion and about Indian stuff, and the captain, there's nothing he can do. He's totally stuck. So they take a break, and they're going to come back tomorrow. So then she comes to talk to him about what happened in engineering, his words with Geordi. And she's not pleased by it. So the captain has ANTHWARA on the ship to talk about the situation and the history of the people on the planet and their research for the planet. I don't think they should move. So then Wesley comes in, and he talks to LAKANTA. So now Dr. Crusher and Picard discuss Wesley. I don't know what to do, Jean-Luc. It's as if somebody took my son away and left a stranger in his place. But in a sense, that's exactly what happened. Wesley left the Enterprise 3 years ago. He was a boy. And now he was returned a young man, and that can't be easy for a mother or son. It's gone beyond the two of us. Yes, I heard about the incident with Geordi. Have you heard what happened at the academy? I called Admiral Brand today. She says his grades are dropping, and he's becoming remote and defensive. If he's not careful, he's going to wash out next term. Maybe you should talk to him, Jean-Luc. Maybe it's the kind of thing a man needs to discuss with another man. I don't think he wants either of us to talk to him right now. Don't know. So then Wesley goes down to the planet And he continues his conversation with Lakanta. I thought you were going to help me find answers to your questions. Tell me about this Habak Habak. You said you had some kind of vision there. It's sacred to us all. What's sacred to you, Wesley? I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of things are sacred. And they talk about his necklace and stuff like that. And he wants to do the vision quest thingy. Here, here's a good one of the two of them talking. Oops. Doing it again. Picard is once again down in the meeting room trying to talk to the tribe. I deeply regret that we have not been able to reach an agreement, but I must be blunt. I cannot take no for an answer. This planet will be handed over to the Cardassian government in accordance with the terms of the border agreement. I'm sorry, but you have to leave. And if we don't, then I'll be forced to remove you by whatever means necessary. Not good. Even Troy doesn't think it's good. There's an issue in the courtyard. The Cardassians have arrived. Ghoul, Gulevek. He tries to talk to the guy and tell him that the people won't leave and that he'll protect them. And they get into a little discussion. So then Lakanta shows him this room. The dolls represent all their different spirits. It's a spiritual place they go to pray and stuff like that. So Picard is trying to tell the Admiral that the Indians or the people on the planet will not move. And he wants them to request an emergency session of the Federation Council over the issue of Dorvan 5. And she says, I made the request 2 days ago, and the answer is still no. And they discuss it a little further, and it's still no. So Wesley's going on his spirit quest. He's in the room. They got the smoke going, the incense going, all this stuff. And he sees his father in his vision. When Wesley comes out of the room, he runs into Worf, and they are laying transport coordinates for security perimeter, and because it may be necessary to move the people by force. And he gets into an argument with Wesley that it's not fair. Then Picard gets into it with Wesley. You defied the orders of the ranking officer in scene. You put the lives of the entire Way team in jeopardy, and you made an already tense situation worse. Your actions reflect very badly on the ship and on uniform. Now, I want an explanation, Mr. Crusher. I want it now. What you're doing to the colonists is wrong. These people are not some random group of colonists. This is a unique culture with a history that predates Federation and the Starfleet. And he's like, but I'm following orders. I do not have a choice. I am following orders. And Wesley is fighting back. And Wesley tells him he's resigning from the academy. So then he's explaining to his mom why he's quitting and how being in Starfleet was making him very depressed. I didn't want to disappoint you or Picard or my friends. You guys were so proud of me. I'd be proud of you no matter what you were doing. I love you. I know, Mom. I guess the truth is that I was afraid of disappointing myself. I never questioned the fact that I'd be Starfleet. But when Dad said not to follow him, it just made sense. He wants to contact the Traveler. So then they're all back on the planet again. They have taken some of the people prisoner, and Worf wants to know why. And the treaty gives them the right. What are they supposed to do? So then these two talk again. Why can't they live together? Um, he's like, well, this is our planet, but they haven't been there in a while, so I don't get it. Maybe they could live peaceably. Two of our men on the surface have been taken prisoner. Prepare to send an armed squad of troopers to rescue them and to occupy the village. And Picard's like, these people are Federation citizens. I want to protect them. If your troops attack the village, then we will have to respond. I hope you realize the consequences of Federation officers firing on Cardassian troops. Yeah, that's why we have to stop this before it goes any further. We have to compromise in something. Damn. And then apparently Wesley has some kind of magical power because he stopped the situation in the middle of it. I didn't do it, you did. I did. You pulled yourself out of their time. You took the first step, Wesley. My first step to where? To another plane of existence, another way of thinking. I don't understand. You found a new beginning for yourself. The first step on a journey few humans will ever take. Who are you? And he transforms into the Traveler. And he's going to become a traveler. And he tells them to have faith in their abilities to solve the problems on their own. So then we're on the bridge. The Cardassian ship is powering its weapons and transporters. This is Vector Golak. Our troops are under attack. They've requested immediate assistance. What are your orders? Evac, the last war caused massive destruction and cost millions of lives. Do not send our people back down that same path again. Not like this. Now the future lies in your hands. Give us one last chance for peace. What are your orders? Can we open fire? Evac, lock on our troops to the surface and beam them aboard. But yes, so they're being fired upon. Beam them back up. So we're negotiating again. So the compromise is the inhabitants of the planet are giving up their Federation citizenship and taking on Cardassian citizenship so they can stay on the planet. So Wesley is saying goodbye. The traveler said that my studies should begin with these people. He said that they're aware of many things. I can learn a lot from them. That's just what I need, more studying. I think you'll manage. Me too. Well, good luck, Mr. Good luck, Wesley. Thank you for a lot of things. And they hug each other and he leaves and they energize us and that's the end. So, what do you think of Journey's End? Do you think it was a good idea for them to do this to Wesley to cut his career short? Did they know there was going to be movies later that he could have appeared in if they hadn't done this to him? Do you think he liked it? Has Will Wheaton ever mentioned that he liked being a traveler? That he thought it was a good idea? He was really thrilled to be included in the movie in Picard. And he does all those interview shows at the end of the Picard. So what do you think? Well, we've got to get a new disc Next week we'll be on disc 6, and we're on the last two episodes, and that's it. That's the end. I hate to see it go, but there we are. We're coming to our journey's end too. Have a good one.